Okay, here we go. IGN first. So strange that this is an IGN.
2022 is all about Sonic Frontiers.
This is an IGN coverage.
We've got previews and we've got interviews from the developers who made it all happen.
Interviews from developers, okay.
We'll be diving deep into what you can expect when the game makes its way.
All month long?
First up, we've got the world premiere gameplay focusing on exploring the mysterious island that's.
This is all stuff that we've already seen. Starfall Island.
At the start of the game. Be sure to stick with IGN throughout June so you don't miss anything.
They're going to be covering it all month, dude. Josh Siegel, thank you so much. Have I ever thought of redoing my old Everything Wrong with Sonic videos? Yes, and I will not elaborate further. Okay, this is just walking around. Okay. Wow, the sense of acceleration actually looks way smoother in this one. Like, it actually looks like it takes him a little bit to start running. Okay. Looks like rings will be pulled to you. No. A heart? Is that a hit point? Okay, you have the stomp. You have the stomp. What was that? Okay, running on walls. Interesting. That reminds me a lot of the Lost World level from Sonic Adventure. Coins. Okay, purple coins. Nathan, purple coins. Interesting. There's a lot to collect. I like that. Is this a Sonic Collectathon? Yo. So we saw a little bit of this. We saw a little bit of the grinding, which I think looks fine. Douche dash panels. What the hell is happening? What? Actually, Breath of the Wild, Sonic. What the hell is... I really wish he did have the longer quills. Like, I personally don't care. I think he looks fine, but I kind of see what people mean now. I do wish he had the longer quills. The animations are a little strange. They feel not smooth. Like, he only looks smooth when he's going really fast, and I think that's kind of a problem. Like this, I feel like the walking animation could be a lot better. I like that you can go slow. I do like that. I just wish that the animation was a little better. Okay, we saw this too. This was part of the thing yesterday. Or whenever this came. I can't remember. What is with the hearts? Interesting. Thank you for the follow. Dash panels. Or not dash panels, are those called dash panels? Because these are dash panels, right? Dash ramps, I guess. What is going on with the hearts? They know that we want to know that. What? Show us the UI, goddamn you! There has to be a UI. There's no way there's no UI. Shadow Wolf, thank you for the 10. Sonic Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. I know! The hearts look like they're collectibles. They don't look like the pink ones. The pink ones look like they're collectibles. Because they're like red or orange ones too, and those look like they're actually health pickups. But then, what if the rings are currency? What if the rings are currency? The Luminant Gamer, thank you so much for the membership. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I'll be seeing a lot more of you guys in the coming days, so be sure to stay tuned for more Sonic stuff from me. Yo, tricks again? A lot of it still looks kind of rough, and that's my major concern. It looks beautiful, but it also looks like there's a lot of pop-in. A lot of the animations are not great. Like, look at that. That's not good. Super Mario Glitchy, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Metal Wolf for the 2. Thank you so much. You love all my Sonic videos. Thank you so much. I hope to be making more for you guys. I'm actually working on one right now. This I think looks great, by the way. The rain. Interesting puzzles. This is literally just Breath of the Wild Sonic. Like I was. Like, everyone always says, like, oh, it's just this with Breath of the Wild, but there's usually, like, more nuance to that. But this literally looks like they took that idea and... Okay. Okay. So that looks like it's something you'll be able to activate with, like, the push of a button, probably. Whiteout, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Interesting. Was that, like, a berry? Interesting. You know what this reminds me of, and I don't know if people really know about this game, but I streamed it over on Twitch about like a year and a half ago. A friend of mine gifted me the game. Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of the game, but the environment. Wow, look at that poppin'. It reminded me a lot of these environments and like the way that they were laid out. I forget the name of the game. But it's a game that has you team up with 2 different characters. Or do you remember the name of the game? The random rails in the sky reminds you of Line Rider. I need to figure out what that is. Everyone who is following on Twitch, thank you so much. This looks enormous, by the way. I really do not like the pop-in. I really hope they fix that. God Eater? No, not God Eater. And it looks like the question marks are like, hey, this is an area of interest. Which, I mean, it should be obvious by, like, once you get there, but I don't know. The boss gameplay did look a lot like Shadow of the Colossus. This reminds me of Sonic Boom. Okay, it is like Sonic. Well, no, it's actually better than Sonic Boom. Like, if you mess up, you have to do it all over again. Very simple puzzle, but, I mean, that's fine. They need to fix that pop-in. They really do. Immortal Phoenix Rising? No, 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 no. I don't think it's, like, a super well-known game. It was... What the hell is that called? You know, like the visual clarity of the terrain. What is functional? Yeah. I agree. I think that a lot of it, they tried to make everything a little too beautiful, which is not working to their advantage. Hex Maniac Hexer. Will I do everything wrong of off? Maybe. Actually, the only time I've ever seen off was when Markiplier played it like years ago. This was years ago, and I thought it looked super interesting. What? No, no, that's it? I thought they were gonna be like... What? I thought there was gonna be like, chats with the developers and stuff. What? What? It is a Sonic game. Yep. It is a Sonic game. It is the most Sonic game I've ever seen. Blue Spirit with the 10. Aside from flat open areas, they have notable landmarks and different tundras. I hope so too, but I also... what sucks is that it looks like there's going to be a Minecraft/Ice Age collaboration. Why? It looks... D-Pad brought up a really good point, which was that a lot of it really blends in with each other. You can't really tell... I mean, aside from like the signs and the markers, right, like that tell you what's an area of interest, that's not how you should go about it design-wise. Like, I'm glad that they're going back to the more realistic aesthetic, but at the same time, a lot of it gets lost within itself, and that's not a good thing. that's definitely not a good thing. I wish we'd gotten more of that. Like, it doesn't look bad. It just looks like it's still... I don't know if I want to say early in development. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't come out until like November, December, whatever. But it's concerning that that's like all they showed. You know, like I feel like we were supposed to get more from that. I wish that we got like other characters as well. We still haven't seen any other characters other than Sonic, which is fine. But I feel like that it's disingenuous because. If this is a purely Sonic game, that's weird. That's really, really weird. What is the goal? Is it to collect the blue berries, hearts? We don't know. Exactly, yeah. Like, they're showing off movement. And to be fair, there's something that we have to keep in mind that I think is very important. This is not... And maybe this was approved by Sega, right? Because, I mean, it had to have been. It had to have been because they agreed with IGN to be like, hey, here you go. Here's the demo, or here's what we have so far. Here's a vertical slice. Play around with it. Show it off to people. But we also have to keep in mind that this is technically not coming from Sega directly. So this is not what they want to show. You know, this is not like what they want people to see. This is what IGN is just like. Whoever's playing this game is not a developer. Whoever's playing this game is a journalist at IGN who got hands-on with the game. That doesn't mean much, you know. There was no music. That didn't really tell us anything. I honestly don't think there's going to be music. I don't think that there's going, like, I think that it's going to rely heavily on like ambiance. What the fuck is happening here? Because there's very, the music that's there is very ambient heavy, right? Project Alpha, Wyatt McCord with the 2, thank you so much. They did miss their sprint on the first try, true. Project Alpha Animations with the 5, pretty sure there's gonna be more on June 9th somewhere. Yes, that is a very good point. So June 9th, we will be actually getting, I think official, like, well, again, this is official, but like more direct gameplay footage from Sega at Summer Game Fest, which is hosted by Jeff Keighley. And then on the 10th, we're getting Sonic Prime stuff. And I will be there also live, much like today, to cover that as well. It doesn't feel like Sonic. It's weird, right? Like this part I think looks great. I think that like climbing with Sonic is really, really weird, but I like it. And I like that you can go into running. Like if you start climbing fast enough, you go into a running animation. I think that's cool. It makes it easier to traverse. There's like no stamina from the looks of it, which I think is great. Sonic has never needed stamina. But yeah, you can tell that this person is like trying to go about this as carefully as possible. It looks like there are different ways of traversing the terrain, which is great. You know, I think that's a really, really good thing. But like D-Pad said, what is the goal? Like, yes, you're showing us gameplay, and that's great. You know, you're showing us how this game is going to perform. Also, can I just say, I really just do not like the pop-in. Like, they could have... There are ways to avoid that. There are totally different ways to go about, like, working with your draw distance. I wish that they'd shown a little bit of the combat, because they showed that in the other trailer, too. There's obviously boost. I wonder what... If you have a boost gauge, I wonder. There's no way you don't, right? Because, like, there's an enemy right there, and then the person doesn't even interact with it. Like, okay. What do I mean when I say pop-in? Okay, let me see if I can find a good example. So, pop-in in video games is when something in the background, something, like, that's far in the background, pops into frame. It's coded to only appear when your character or the camera is at a certain distance. So let me see if there's got to be something here. See, did you see how the rainbow ring popped in? Like 1 second it's not there. Like you can't see it here, and then suddenly it's just there. You know, like that's poppin'. There are definitely ways to go about that. Like you could make it fade in. You could, you know, turn down the poly count and then slowly make the poly count higher, which I think is I don't know if that's an outdated technique, but it's something you can do. Craziest made with the 5. I'm not trying to get too hyped with Sonic Frontiers. You don't know why, but it's been giving you Sonic 06 vibes, which makes you nervous. Really interesting. See, I felt the same way. I felt the same. I didn't want to get my hopes up. But then when they showed the trailer, let's actually watch that trailer. Let's actually watch the gameplay trailer that they put out. Because when I saw this, I got really excited. I was like, oh, wow, am I actually excited for this? And seeing this actual gameplay trailer, like, I'm far less excited. Like, okay, one thing that I did notice about this trailer in particular, a lot of the animations are really wonky. I don't like the way Sonic runs here. This looks fine. But, like, see, I really wish we'd gotten, like, combat mechanics to know, like, how that works. LOD is still used. It's been made automatic in Unreal Engine. Okay. Oh, right. That's what LOD is. Okay. Yeah, because the Soulstar prototype uses LODs as well, which is why I know that there are ways to do it. I don't understand why they're not implementing them better. You're optimistic, but you're getting a little skeptical of what's going on, a little scared. Me too. I'm not going to lie. Me too. I like how snappy the combat seems to be. I really like that. It emphasizes the quickness of Sonic's actions. And for stuff like that, you don't really need great animation. You just need really fast animation, which I think is working to its advantage here. This, I think, is really weird. Because Sonic's barely animated in this, and it just looks like it's a stale model that's just going around in circles. I really don't like that. I don't like how that looks. That was the one thing about this trailer that I'm like, that looks bad. But then the rest of this, I'm just like, this looks fun. Like, it looks like the combat is fun. And maybe that's what they focused on. Maybe they focused primarily on the combat, which wouldn't be a bad thing, but it looks like primarily it's going to be about traversal. And I don't understand how, you know, this far into the game, you're not getting that right. I mean, not that they're getting it wrong. It just seems like there's something that's not, there's something missing to it. When is this game released? Holiday 2022. So November, December this year. I'm not sure. This is beta. A lot will change. I hope so. Because I feel like for this point, they would have already worked on a lot more of it, which is my main concern. Some of this traversal looks very automated, which is very boost formula of them. That's very concerning. The environments I think look great, but you run into the issue of, yeah, you look great, but you might chug or you might have a lot of pop in, you know. I don't man, if they had implemented it better design-wise, you wouldn't need the signs. I think the signs are very out of place. Like, you can just present players with, like, because I think that's how Immortals does it. I think that's how Phoenix Rising does it. You're not told, hey, this is an area of interest. You just sort of get there and then you do things. You know, you can expand upon what you already have. You don't need to innovate something that people already enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, people liked Colors, they liked Generations. Generations was like peak boost formula Sonic, and then Forces changed the way that worked. For some reason, I don't know why they did that. They changed like some of the physics, they changed animations and stuff like that. I don't know why they did that. Like, running through this looks fun. It genuinely, running through all this looks really fun. But it does sort of run into the problem where, like, a lot of it seems empty. A lot of it seems not purposeful, which kind of sucks. And a lot of it, unfortunately, does feel very samey. You know, like, I feel like despite how much we've traversed already, I feel like we're still in this sort of green area. And I wonder if this is just like the first area out of like 7 or something, you know what I mean? Because if it is, that's insane. That's actually insane how much of this game there is if this is only the first area. You know what I mean? The Luminant Gamer with the 5. Maybe what we're seeing is an earlier build of the game, one that's mostly for showing what they wanted to accomplish and any issues will get ironed out. That's very wishful thinking. I hope so. I kind of doubt it, though. Because why would you want to showcase something that is not, like, the best product, right? Again, I'm hoping that, like, come Summer Game Fest in about a week, we get way better footage than this. Because it's not bad footage. It's just, it doesn't show us. Are those, like, little rock monsters? Those are like little rock monsters. You see those? That's cute. What purpose do those little rock monsters serve? Are they just the denizens of the area? That's cute. You really hope these animations are placeholder ones. I feel like it can look a lot nicer. The environments are gorgeous, but the signs should be adjusted. I really hope that. Yes, me too. And the thing is, too, they have the time to do that because it's an entire team working on it. They have time to listen to the. To be fair, though, it is Sega of Japan. I think that's where it's Sonic Team. So who knows if they'll listen, but like, it looks beautiful, but at the same time, it doesn't. You know, like, I think the environments look great. The animations do look not great, which is very, very disappointing. They definitely do need to fix that. A child can be capable of completing harder puzzles. That's another thing. The puzzles do not look difficult at all. And if that was their focus, that's bad. That's genuinely bad. Like, that's not like, that's iffy. Like, no. That's actually bad. Because if the challenges do not get more difficult than that, because platforming is one thing, right? Platforming with puzzles, you can come up with better shit than that. You definitely can. They have time to do a big turnaround in their favor, like how KH2 did when adjusting the look of the. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You're really concerned about the story. We have no idea what the plot is, and the plots recently were awful. Well, I'm not too concerned about that because Ian Flynn is writing the story this time around. I have not read a lot of his work, but I do believe in him considering that people love the comics. So I'm not worried on that front. I do wonder why they're not revealing anything story-wise, though. I feel like at this point they would have. But maybe not. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens on June 9th. Maybe we'll get a story trailer on June. Actually, that makes a lot of sense if we did get story trailer on June 9th because we're getting world premiere gameplay today. I wonder. I really do wonder if that's what's going to happen. But we'll see. It's only a week away, and we will see what happens come that time.